living life while trying to maintain connections with everyone is an impossible feat. Relationships that held significance for us eventually lead to separations, causing pain when friends, family, or loved ones move on with their lives, seemingly forgetting the meaningful moments that once united us. The ache of losing these bonds cuts deep, and coping with the solitude of such a profound loss becomes a challenging ordeal. It's crucial not to become too attached to what departs from our lives and not to push away new arrivals. By adopting this perspective, happiness will naturally find its way to us, as wisdom shared by the insightful Omar Cayenne suggests. This wisdom is illuminated by a poignant parable about loss and discovery. An elder with silver hair, his voice laden with yearning, listens as a young man recounts his distress. Residing near a river had brought the young man joy until he began to perceive the river as malevolent and unkind. Seeking guidance from the sage, he questions how to address this newfound belief. The sage prompts the young man to examine his assumption. The young man points to a once beloved apple tree that thrived along a riverbank, granting him solace through its fruits, shade, and the companionship of a delightful bird. A bond blossomed between them as they weathered seasons together, nurturing the bird and witnessing its nest take shape within the tree's branches. However, a recent storm led to disaster. The river surged beyond its bounds, inundating the apple tree's roots and causing it to be swept away by the current. Only the bird remained, witnessing the tree's disappearance and eventually departing itself. The young man now grapples with sorrow, mourning the simultaneous loss of the apple tree and the cherished bird. In this tale, the sage unveils the poignant truth that the river's perceived cruelty is not an inherent trait but rather a consequence of natural forces. Just as the river's rising waters uprooted the apple tree, life's currents can unexpectedly shift, separating us from what we hold dear. Clinging to these losses only perpetuates pain. Instead, embracing the ebb and flow of life, acknowledging the past while embracing the present, and allowing new connections to flourish can pave the way for the serendipity of happiness. As the sage's words resonate, the young man gains a deeper understanding. Together, they journey to the garden, a place that mirrors life's complexities, reminding us to navigate its twists with wisdom and grace. The wise elder directed the young man's gaze towards a contrast between the past and the present. In the young man's experience, an apple tree held significance, while the elder's garden showcased a rich variety of trees, such as cherry, acerola, fig, and plum, each harboring its own diverse forms of life. The elder generously offered seedlings to the young man, encouraging him to establish a similar garden adjacent to his home. By doing so, not only would birds flock to this new haven, but also a multitude of bird species would grace his garden. The apple tree and its bird companion had left an indelible mark on the young man's heart, and now he possessed the insight to replicate the conditions that had fostered such a connection. The elder imparted the wisdom that nature abhors emptiness, and as one element departs, another emerges to fill the void. Transforming the riverbank into a lush garden could prevent it from becoming a barren desert of lamentation. The elder then requested to see the young man's dwelling, leading to a realization that the river symbolized life itself. Just as the river's currents both took and returned, life's ebbs and flows encompassed gains and losses. Acknowledging this truth, the elder guided the young man's attention to a boat containing a beautiful girl stranded on the river's coast. This symbolized the potential for new connections and the growth of love and happiness. Gratitude for life's offerings and a willingness to release what it takes were key to navigating its currents. The young man embraced this perspective and eventually returned to the elder, his heart brimming with newfound happiness and abundance. A basket filled with a diverse array of fruits and the joyful presence of children and colorful birds illustrated his journey of embracing life's changes. The notion that time alone heals wounds was challenged, replaced by the concept that infusing life with fresh relationships, experiences, and pursuits holds the true potential for healing and growth. Recognizing that departing individuals have already given their contribution, one can express gratitude for the shared experience and bid them farewell. In essence, the young man learned that the river of life is in constant motion, carrying away and delivering new experiences. The key lies in embracing these changes, nurturing new connections, and cherishing the memories and lessons offered by those who have departed. Maintain your grasp on the reality that you cannot step into the same river twice, illustrating life's ever-changing nature. When a chapter concludes, whether it be positive or negative, you may encounter a void that needs filling. An absence left by a negative experience can eventually be replenished by time alone. Conversely, the void left by a positive occurrence can only be truly filled by discovering something even more enriching. The concept of emptiness holds immense creative power, motivating people to seek fulfillment. This sentiment aligns with the words of the ancient Chinese philosopher Laozi, who pondered what would happen if, one day, you reunite with someone who once departed. You may find happiness in that moment, but the weight of regret will have dissipated. This transformation stems from an understanding that the separation was destined and served a purpose within life's intricate design. Moreover, the departure of one individual paves the way for another who resonates more deeply with your essence. Recognizing this truth epitomizes wisdom and justice, representing a fundamental principle of existence. Is this not the essence of our journey through life? An opinion on the topic addressed, on the transitory nature of relationships and the ability to fill voids left by past experiences, raises deep reflections on how we face the changes in our lives. The metaphor of the river, which does not allow you to enter it twice in the same way, highlights the constant evolution and transformation that characterize our journey. When considering the end of a chapter, whether marked by positive or challenging moments, it becomes evident that facing emotional voids is an inevitable part of the human experience. The void left by negative situations is often filled over time, allowing wounds to heal and lessons to be assimilated. On the other hand, when we are faced with a void left by something positive, it is intriguing how this gap can only truly be bridged by finding something that gives us even more gratification and meaning. The notion that emptiness is a creative force, pushing us to seek out new experiences and relationships, is deeply inspiring. The quest to fill these gaps, as highlighted in Laozi's words, can lead us to surprising discoveries and remarkable personal growth. After all, it is the quest to fill these gaps that often drives us to leave our comfort zone and seek opportunities for expansion. The perspective of facing separations, whether of people, situations, or moments, as part of a broader and predestined plan, is an exercise in acceptance and understanding. While it can be challenging at the time of parting, understanding that something more in line with our path may be waiting ahead helps us embrace the flow of life more serenely. Ultimately, this vision invites us to value each experience, even those that may seem painful or unwanted at first. Each meeting and farewell contributes to the unique mosaic of our lives, shaping who we are and leading us to a deeper state of self-knowledge and fulfillment.